What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice, guys. Just wanted to talk about a topic that somehow I missed, but it was a topic of yesterday's conversation with head coach Frank Reich. They talked about there's been some kind of speculation around the fact that the Colts might still be interested in adding a veteran wide receiver. This is according to Joel Erickson, and also, he talked about it. Frank Reich talked about it a little bit on if they wanted to and stuff like that, and talking about, do we need to talk about Ty? Is Ty still out there? How does that all play out? So nothing concrete if the Colts are going to add a vet or not, but it certainly would seem if they were going to add a veteran, it would be a Ty Hilton. He would probably be the top guy that they'd be looking to bring back on their roster. Now, I think instant reaction from this, I personally have thought this needs to be a move that needs to happen for the Colts here. I mean, you look at their wide receiver core. I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, Reggie Wayne will be fine with this young wide receiver core. I personally am of the belief I would like at least one veteran in there. And right now, your biggest veteran, right, is honestly Kiki Kuti, who was on your roster last year and barely saw any snaps. So I guess overall, you could say Paris Campbell is your vet guy that's been on the Colts the longest in this wide receiver core. And, he's played in 15 games in 3 years. So all that to say, I feel like you just need a solid veteran in there to provide some leadership on and off the field to pair with Reggie Wayne. I just think that would go really well. Right now, the Colts do have a lot of youth at wide receiver, right? They have Michael Pittman Jr., who's now entering year 3 of his rookie deal. Just came off an 1,000-yard season, the first one of his young career. You do have Alec Pierce, who the Colts just drafted in the second round. Talked about Paris Campbell. You have guys like Ashton Doolin, who's very young still. They have some of those former 6th and 7th round picks, and guys like Mike Strawn, Desmond Patman. Talked about Kiki Kuti. You have all these young wide receivers. The one thing you are lacking, though, is a vet leader in there. And I do think the Colts need to add a vet leader. I've always been on the train of doing that because I think just so much of what Ty's game is right now, and obviously Ty is not the Ty he was 3-4 years ago, but what Ty can provide on and off the field, more even off the field, for these young wide receivers, I think is going to be super invaluable. Just what he can teach these guys, right? Because we talk all the time about, hey, Marvin taught Reggie. Reggie taught Ty. Ty had a couple years to teach Pitt. Maybe he can have one more year to also pair in there, the Alec Pierce as well. I would not be opposed to that at all. I think that would be really great. And the great thing is, if you bring back Ty Hilton, number one, he's going to be cheap. I think any of these guys you're going to get relatively cheap at this point. And number two, you don't have to rely on him to be your number 2 wide receiver, maybe not even your number 3. I think Ty Hilton could be a number 3, number 4 wide receiver, and you don't have to rely on him to play 70, 80% of the snaps, right? Similar to what you've done before and what teams do sometimes with older pass rushers, right? They bring them in situational. They're not 3-down type of players. I think Ty could serve a similar kind of role in the offensive side in the wide receiver room because you do have a lot of young guys. I do think you just need to add a combination of some young guys with a seasoned vet. And Ty has been with the Colts ever since he's been drafted. Spent his entire career with Indianapolis, and it would just hurt my heart, and I'm sure a lot of Colts fans out there, to see Ty Hilton in a different uniform. He's a Colt through and through. I think he started as a Colt. I think he should end as a Colt. And I just think overall the price will be right, I think, for Ty Hilton at this point. He's got probably one more year at most, maybe another year. I don't know. He was even talking about retirement midway last year. So I think this will probably be his last year to give it a go with a quarterback like Matt Ryan. We think the Colts have upgraded there. So all those things, it feels like it could be a perfect fit for Ty Hilton in the twilight of his career. So overall, guys, I would not be opposed. There's some other names out there. Julio Jones, I know, is a popular name. But I think out of all these guys that are left, I would prefer if the Colts would just bring back Ty Hilton at this point. But let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see the Colts add a vet wide receiver? If so, would you like them to bring back a Ty Hilton? Would you like them to bring in another vet wide receiver? I think you got to bring in somebody. I just think it would serve your locker room well for all the reasons that I said. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it, guys. We got a couple more videos coming out, a little bit longer videos. Just didn't get around to going to all the editing process today, but we'll be getting one out tomorrow and in the next couple of days, getting out a couple different videos, deliver more content for you guys in kind of this dull part of the off season. But thank you guys so much. If you haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or whatever, be sure to leave us a 5-star review. Always appreciate that. Always appreciate your guys' support there. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Look forward to many videos very soon. And as always, guys, go Colts.